Hello, conscious co-creators, and welcome to this pick a card reading today. Our topic for this reading is divine protection. So we're going to be getting insight on how you're being supported right now. This is a two-part reading, and the first part is available here for you on YouTube, and we're going to be looking at the nature of the situation, the reason for the protection that is happening for you right now. We're gonna get some questions for your soul and the goal, the outside goal of the divine protection for your current situation. The second part is available exclusively for Evolve members. And if you are an Evolve member, you can access and watch the extended part of this reading on your Evolve pages. Just looking, you want both of those, perfect. Silver, gold, and diamond member watch pages are linked down below. And if you're interested in finding out more about membership, that link is, of course, also listed down below in the description for you. In the second part of this reading, the exclusive extended second part, we're going to be looking into insight that's connected to the goal, the outcome, and the results of the protection that you're receiving, goddesses that are currently protecting and guiding you, messages from those goddesses, and final divine direction and an affirmation to take with you. So let's check out your card options. You're choosing from 3 different cards today for this reading. First, we have the Sacred Flow of Yes, and this is card number 30. Option number 2, card number 2, group 2, Cozy Up with Risk, card number 61. And finally, card number 3, group 3, option 3, Prosperity Sisters Are Happiness and Joy, card number 36. All right, take a moment, take all the time you need. If you need to pause the reading and the video to be able to tune into your intuition to see which of these card and group options are resonating most with you, feel free to do that. Once you've made your selection, you can head down to the description box and click on the timestamp next to the card that you've chosen, and I'll see you in your divine protection reading. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your divine protection reading. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the first card option here, this beautiful, the Sacred Flow of Yes card. And we can see that we're getting in touch for sure with your second and I would say third chakras as well, with the 30. This is the 30 card here. And that's all about creativity, being able to follow the flow, really opening up yourself to say yes. And because this is a protection reading, it's kind of a nice card to choose, because you know that no matter what it is that's showing up as an opportunity in your life at this point, or what you're being presented, Spirit is actually asking you ahead of time, if you've chosen this group, to say yes, right, to the opportunities, to be open to the flow, the sacred flow that is being presented, even if you don't know like what's coming up or what might happen. The goal here is to definitely be in the affirmative, especially as it concerns divine opportunities that are being given. Yeah, they're saying being given or gifted, being given, gifted, being gifted. Amazing. So we already know opportunities are coming your way. Woo, look at that. This is popping out. They're saying this is not the card, but I want to take it into consideration. This is the card that belongs here. This is an interesting pop out. Okay, group 1. Group 1s have been having pop outs, I feel like, lately. I don't know how that's happening, but let's take a look here. Twin flame, soul partner, eternal connection. So they may be giving us an indication about saying yes in a specific relationship that you have. You may actually be operating in a twin flame energy at this point. Maybe you're thinking about your twin flame, or you've experienced something to that effect. It's very important for you to understand that this is a soul connection, that it is, like this says, an eternal connection and your soul partner. Twin flame energy can happen in all different relationships, right? Twin flame energy, when it comes to romantic energy, oftentimes can turn out to be a bit more difficult. So if that is you, there's some protection happening in that relationship at this time. Also, if it is a twin flame, so a connection that you feel like you have where you're meeting somebody or you're in a relationship with someone right now that is not necessarily romantic, this to me is verification for you. So if that is you or something is popping up or coming to mind as I'm saying this may be connected to your reading for sure, because it is a very clear pop out and somebody needs the message of the twin flame connection. Again, whether you are thinking about it or have experienced it, or you're in it right now, you have like a best friend or a connection to a family member or somebody you just feel like, I have known you for lifetimes and we are working something out here. In this lifetime, we've come back together because our connection has allowed us to come together again to continue our journey together, this soul partner energy. Twin flames are interesting energy, so I'm going to leave that there, however it is resonating with you. If it's not resonating with you, that doesn't mean that this isn't your reading, they're saying. It's just a message that one or more people need to hear in this group. So I'm going to set it aside. It is not the predominant energy. It is something that needs to be heard by someone or multiple people, perhaps. Okay, let's recenter and get back into your reading. So first we're going to look at the nature of the situation here. Divine masculine, electric, and active power. Interesting, given what we kind of had as a pop out. This is about actually actively going after something, flowing and saying yes. This combination of energy is really amazing. When you have, especially look, this is an 8 card. This is about manifestation. Feeling the power of the flow and then allowing yourself to take action. Saying yes and then swimming with the current. It's not just about like, okay, I'm open, saying yes, and then when the opportunity is presented, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here. They're like saying to you, the nature of this situation is that you actually have to step into your masculine energy, your power, which very clearly connects to this energy, right? Sacral and solar plexus. So this is moving that creative flow, moving that feeling, moving that electric energy up into the solar plexus where all of your masculine energy is going to help it be brought into the world, brought to life, where you're going to be able to act upon it. So there's some really cool action-oriented energy happening. Woo! Some very abundant energy happening. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, we got 2. I'm asking to pull 2 cards here, and we're getting 2 here, so I'm just gonna ask. You guys have all extra cards. I want both of them. All right, let's see. The Magician. 1, 10, 10, 1. You got the Magician card, which is the first card of in the Major Arcana. Very powerful expertise card. Wow, wow. I'm just taking a moment to take this in. The World card. The Magician with the 10 of Pentacles in the World card. Whoa. And the World card is a 21-3, right? So we've got that 3 happening there again. This group is about to manifest something completely, amazingly abundant. And not only just through your own hand, you're manifesting it through your own power, literally. Wow, this is intense. This is intense. What are you guys working on? What are you doing? What do you want? What are you, hoping for? Bring it to a close, fulfilled energy. So the power of you, the power of what you want to do, the power of whatever it is that you are manifesting right now is in complete alignment to be brought to fruition, to come true. Wow. This group has already been presented an opportunity or is going to be presented an opportunity that you must act upon and trust yourself. And it's something that maybe you have wanted for a while even, because the Magician really is the master manifester. So whatever it is you believe that you can achieve in this group, that's 100% sacred flow of yes. Yes, you can. A 10 of Pentacles is a very abundant card. It's also a closure card. Like, whatever you're working on right now or putting your energy into, whatever you're acting upon, right? That is in direct alignment to this sacred flow. This is what they're telling me is happening right now for you, Group 1. And this is abundance, prosperity, lucrative energy. If you're looking at anything to do with finances or money, this is very positive energy, an extreme amount of money, fully in your power, being able to call in, manifest, use the tools that you have at your disposal to bring in and act upon what it is you need to do, and bringing it to complete success and fruition. If you're looking at releasing something in like across the world, that's also indicated here. If you are using finances or resources and using them to create something, that's also happening here. This feels like something that is electric, right? So they're telling us this is some electric flow energy. This is this energy. Whatever your desire is, whatever you'd like to create, whatever you're going to put your fire into to bring to life and take action on the physical plane, it's in beautiful, manifested, abundant alignment. No wonder you're protected. I mean, already we're talking about divine protection. They're telling me you guys are in the middle of something. Yeah, they're singing, what's that? It's the electric slide. They're singing that song right now. You can't feel it, or something like, it's electric, boogie, woogie, woogie. I mean, but you know it's there. Here, there, and everywhere, right? Those are the lyrics to that song. Yeah, okay. This is just flowing for you. This is exciting energy. Yes, yes, and yes is what I want to say. I'm going to explore further now because there's not much else to say. This is all like you dream it, you feel it, you call it in, you use your resources, you go after it, you do it, you flow with the yeses, and it comes to fruition. It is successful. The end. It's almost like very direct, abundant energy. You guys are in a channel, like an abundant channel. Now, let's see what reason for protection you need, because I'm interested now, fully interested. Grateful optimism, joyous views of the future. Well, and this is a 51-6, much more balanced here. Look at, she's smiling as she's looking into the future. Okay, first and foremost, I'm picking up a little bit of fear energy. It feels like you might be nervous that if you keep saying yes, that this is going to keep continuing, or wondering if it's going to run out, or worrying or doubting yourself about how it is that you can continue this energy. If you were doubting yourself about whether or not you're on the right track here, this is a hard yes, okay? A hard yes. Am I going to be able to complete this? Is this going to be successful? Yes, yes, yes. Staying in the flow of yes. Here, I just feel like I'm so grateful, but I'm nervous. I'm grateful, but I'm worried. I'm grateful, but I'm doubting. And they want you to understand in this protection mode here, grateful optimism, they're telling you it is safe for you to be optimistic. It is safe for you to be appreciative. This is not going to end, okay? As long as you stay in this flow of yes, this does not end, they're telling you. You are protected. Whatever you're working on is protected to continue. Joyous views of the future. Let's get some more info. Again, my goal is to pull 2 cards here. These both want to come out. Oh my goodness, this group. King of Wands, 10 of Cups. Wow. This is, you are going to ascend, and you will have leadership ability, charisma. You're going to have power, for sure. This active power, look at this, is going to continue. 10 of Cups. This is happily ever after card. Everyone's cup being filled. It's almost like what they're saying is you are being protected from the downfall that your mind is presenting. And some of you may be naturally optimistic, so this will be easier for you. Easier for you to lean into. Most everyone has doubts about things, and oftentimes when you're in this energy where it feels like everything is on the upswing, everything is going well, abundance is available and like permeating through energetically everywhere, you have this electric vibe. It's electric, boogie woogie woogie, right? You're flowing on this sacred divine current, and then your mind comes in and goes, take advantage of this now because it's not going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. or, these weird, sneaky, waiting for the next shoe to drop kind of vibes, right? Like, but what's going to happen? Or I'm not worthy of all this. I can't accept all this, that kind of vibe, okay? That's what they're protecting you from, literally, because you will ascend with a King of Wands into your happily ever after, the life of your dreams, the future of your dreams, the resolution or success or pinnacle or goal of your dreams. This combination, King of Wands is the head, master of the suit of fire, okay? So whatever it is, you see all this fire? You see this electric fire, power, energy, masculine energy? That fire is igniting now, and it boosts you right to the top in this group number 1, right to the top, boom. And then you go, oh my God, there's nowhere to go but down when I'm at the top. Your mind starts to say these things. They're telling you ahead of time, I feel, if you're listening to this reading, they're telling you ahead of time, you have every reason. You do not have to listen to those doubts, those worries, those fears. Keep your joyous views of the future present, this happily ever after. This is an abundance extreme of love and joy and happiness, accomplishment, success. You're getting both of the really, really positive 10s. There are 4 10s in the minor arcana. 2 of them are more difficult. 2 of them are an extreme amount of really positive, prosperous, happy energy. You're getting those 2. So you have everything to be optimistic about, hopeful. Keep the faith, beyond keep the faith. As long as you stay in the sacred flow of yes, which is just about trusting what's coming up and it kind of inspiring you, what's being lit up within you. It provides this ascension that puts you at the top of your game. It puts you in a leadership position. It puts you in a place where you are not doubting what you're able to create, or you're not doubting what you're passionate about anymore. You're not doubting what's inspiring you anymore. You are really just leaning into this positive, happily ever after. They're wanting me to grab this card, so we're coming back to this for a second here. This is good indication. If there's been difficulty in the twin flame relationship or in a certain connection, it must be acted upon, and either you're bringing it to a successful conclusion that serves you so that you can stay in the sacred flow. So if this union is not for some reason serving you anymore, then it needs to be concluded. If it feels really good and aligned, it will aid in this happily ever after. So if it's a soul connection that works, if it's a twin flame connection that works, it's going to be part of this happily ever after. It's going to see you as this beautiful, confident being. I mean, this is about to boost your confidence to a very high level. You're looking at a pinnacle energy. It feels like you're at the top of your game, top of the mountain, reaching the goals, and it really does affect everyone around you in a beautiful, positive way, not just now, but in the future. So you've got to keep this mindset. I feel like they're protecting your mind so that we don't dip into those doubts and those fears and those worries. By the way, you don't have to hate your mind if your mind is doing that. Your mind is just doing its job. It's doing what it's supposed to do if it's doing that, but you're being protected so that the flow continues, essentially. Wow. This is really awesome energy. Group number 1. Okay, let's get into some questions for your soul. Hopefully these will be helpful for you if any of this is resonating with you thus far as you make your way to your happily ever after and to your success and to your gratitude and optimism. I mean, the last thing that you want to do, if this group gets into an egoic energy, you're going to swim right out of that flow, because this is what we have, right? So I feel like they're also kind of just protecting you from that, where you're overrun kind of by your ego. I think they want these 2, this one and this one. Let's start with this one. What can I do to make a difference? Literally, what can you do? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? What can you create? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because All of it makes a difference. Wow. So this is what you're being guided to do. This is a nice prompt for this group. If you're like, Jodie, I have no clue what the heck you are even talking about. I don't feel like I'm in a flow of yes, or I don't even know what it is that I meant to say yes to. This is the prompt for you. And it may just start with, like the card said, small little things that you're activating here, where you feel that little pulse of electricity. You have all the power to come from this really abundant place and perhaps make a big difference in someone's life with just a small little action. So the successful closure, paying for somebody's coffee behind you, paying for someone's toll behind you. That's a small way. I love when people do that, right? And it's fun to do that for people. So how can you make a difference? What can you do? Literally, what can you do to make a difference? They're also giving you a hint about where to be and how to stay in the sacred flow of yes. What am I looking for outside of myself that is already within me? So this points to external validation, this question, but it's a good one. I love this deck. This deck is so like, okay, so searching my soul here. Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within. Today's soul action. Breathe in your favorite essential oil. Inhale deeply into your belly. Drop your shoulders and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Oh, that's nice. Spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready for the answers. What can I do to make a difference? What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Like, to me, this feels really, for this group, like external validation and wanting to go like, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job? Does this feel good? Am I making a difference? Does this feel like the right path? Is this the right? And when you're in the sacred flow of yes, your intuition knows best, right? I mean, all the time your intuition knows best. But if you're going like, I think this is a yes for me, I feel it, and then you ask someone else and they go, I don't know. I see you doing something else. I see you, it's like, whoa, it interrupts the electricity or turns off the current altogether. And we're not looking for that. You're looking to validate yourself with these intuitive yeses that keep you in this sacred, abundant, happy, joyful flow. This electric kind of, it's very masculine, this energy. I will say, you're seeing the masculinity. It just feels active, action, determination, motivation, right? Ambition. And it pays off. If you're feeling that spark within you, wherever that is, you don't need somebody's validation. If you ask for other people's opinions, make sure you're taking everything with a grain of salt and coming back within yourself to go, does this feel right for me, is what I would say. So these are your two prompts. Take them as they resonate. If you feel like you want to like journal on them as well, absolutely. What can I do to make a difference? What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Okay, I'm going to close this section with the goal. So what is the goal of all of this? Clearly the goal is, your feeling of success and getting comfortable in this optimistic, joyous view of your future, realizing that it is possible and you are actually creating it. This is a group who is creating their future on a sacred flow that is completely in line with the universe. Yeah, you may have doubts because you're human, but there's everything to be optimistic about. Ooh, I'm flipping over the chaos card. Oh, okay. This is not your card for this spot. It goes with this. They're like closing up this twin flame chapter. Okay. Side note again for the twin flames. I apologize if you are not resonating with the twin flames, but we have to do what Spirit says. Okay. So what they're saying is something is being drummed up in this twin flame energy here with this storm spirit chaos. Whenever you get a chaos card, you're looking at things being rearranged. So if you've got a relationship where it seems like, stuff is coming up, maybe you're having arguments, maybe you're not understanding each other, maybe things are moving in each other's lives and things are changing. That's all on purpose. It's on purpose for you to help you understand. Now, whether you will make it through the storm, of course, is individual. Like, If things got lit up with a twin flame energy in the past and you needed to disconnect, this is verification that you've done the right thing. If things are being drummed up and you feel like you are weathering the storm together, this is verification that it's okay and that things are going to settle, that it won't always be chaotic. Making these moves is going to bring in the happy. So again, you've got to take this as it resonates if the twin flame energy is coming in. But whenever you get a chaos card, this talks about the rearranging, the divine rearranging of things. So to us, it looks like a storm. It looks like chaos. It looks like conflict. And it's happening for a reason. But there's a divine influence because there's change that is needed. Okay. Change that is needed, or change that is unavoidable. Now, could I please have the remainder of the group energy here? Goal of this divine protection, goal of protecting, really I feel like it's protecting you from an overactive mind or an overactive ego. Okay, and we have the Earth Spirit, stability. Oh, so I love this energy. I love this card. It tells us that the whole purpose of this is this. Joyce, maybe stability is part of why you're taking these actions now. Either way, I think that they want you to know that it's okay for you to create and that your future is secured or something to that effect, right? Your future is stable. Your future is protected. This isn't just going to drop off a cliff and end. That if you keep staying in this flow, then you invite stability. It's like the flow, the sacred flow becomes stable. I know that sounds strange to say, but the frequency of being in the flow and saying yes to the things that are aligned with your true soul becomes a stable point of, let's say, reflection for you even. You reflect, does this feel stable? Does this feel connected? Does this feel good to me? Does this feel like it's in alignment with my intuition? The whole goal of the protection at this point for you, group one, is to help you realize that you can find stability within. You don't have to look outside yourself. You can find that stable place within you where your intuition lies and says, yes, yes, yes. Yes to this. Let's make moves. Let's do this. Let's put this into action. Wow. This group is definitely on to something, and I absolutely love the energy. This is all that I have for you for the first part of this reading. So at this point, if you're an Evolve member, you're going to want to head down to the description box and click on the link next to your particular Evolve program or your Evolve link, basically, whichever one you're signed up for. That's going to send you right to the page where you can watch the second exclusive extended part of the reading. Again, we're going to get insight connected to the outcome of this because I definitely want more info, goddesses currently protecting you and the messages that they have for you, as well as divine direction and an affirmation to take with you. It was my absolute pleasure to read for this group. This energy is electric. It's inspiring. It is passionate. It is powerful. It is the energy of like true manifestation in flow. So I hope you are saying yes and more yeses. And, you know, put on the electric slide if you feel called to, and keep, you know, your mind free of the doubts and the worries. Spirit is fully in protection mode as it concerns your future and how you are leveling up into your happily ever after. So I hope this serves you. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like. If something's resonating with you, leave me a comment down below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group two, and welcome to your divine protection reading. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the second card option here, and cozy up with risk. It's card number 61. That is a 7, but I feel that this is a place where with this 6, you're going to be tapping into a balanced energy, a more flowing kind of energy, let's say, a more serene, calm energy, and beginning something. So they're telling you specifically that you are being protected as you are getting into the frequency that allows you to perhaps leap into the great unknown, or to, take the risk that you've been wanting to take, or follow your inspiration, follow your soul. And just the understanding, this goes here, that most things are a risk. You know, maybe shifting your perspective a bit to get comfortable with risk is going to be a big part of why you're being protected and what you're being protected, let's say, from. Like, it's just this feeling that once you get into it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this doesn't even feel as crazy as I thought it was going to be, or it doesn't feel as risky as I thought it was going to be, or why didn't I do this sooner, or this is easier than I thought, that kind of energy. But let's get into it. Let's look at the nature of the situation first. Yeah, look at that. Courage, strength, bravery, just in our face. The power of the lion. It says courage, of course, strength, fierceness, and family. So this may have something to do with your family. Maybe you're looking at a change or hopping into a new path or onto a new path where you feel like your family's definitely a consideration, or they're going to be affected by it. You could be looking at maybe even starting a family. It's telling us very specifically that at this current time, in this current situation or experience, whatever you're viewing as a risk, not only are you protected, but you need to tap into your courage and your strength to be able to come up to that energy and say yes to it, to embark upon it. Yeah, it could also be a decision that you're making, because this is card number 2. Could be a decision that you're making to go for it. It could be to do with someone else. So coupling, 2 energy is often coupling. If you're already on this path and you've already taken the risk, they're like, get comfortable in it, because you had the courage you needed to do this. Stay fierce, you've got this. Like, you've made the right choice. I'm just gonna get some more information here with the tarot. Okay, let's see what we have. The Queen of Wands. Yes, this is the Queen of Fire. She is like, she's a feminine energy, which I kind of love coupling this, because you can tell this looks very masculine. It is very masculine. Now we've got the Queen of Fire as well, backing that up. So this is knowing that you have the confidence to do this. You can show up. Look at, we got fire. We've got this masculine energy. I would say it's fire everywhere at this point, which is about that spark, that spirit within you. She's a beautiful, charismatic. She's very inspiring. She's creative, and she's super confident. She shows up. She's gorgeous, really. The Queen of Wands and the Justice card. Wow, look at that. Double ones there. Also a 2 if we add it together. So yeah, you are embarking upon a new path. That's what this feels like. And you're bringing all of your confidence to the table. Thank you, Spirit. I love the Justice card in a present positioning, or explaining to us what is happening in a situation or experience, because it tells me that you are on your path of truth, that you have had the courage, or you're, getting the courage. What is the phrase? Spirit, gathering the courage, is something like that, where you're knowing this is my path of truth. I know this feels like a risk, but I'm going to be in a space where I am okay with it, where I am able to say yes to this and feel good about it. And talk about balance, what we were talking about, it's probably going to feel in very high alignment for you. If you haven't already done this, this energy is what you're looking for if you are pondering the risk that you're meant to take. They're telling you you're protected in this. This is going to work out in a fair and balanced way. You must use your charisma, your spirit, your confidence. You must follow what you are inspired to do. It's going to be almost worth the risk, clearly, because things balance out with the Justice card. I like to read the Justice card as embarking upon your path of truth, stepping back onto your path of truth, knowing that you're moving in the right direction. It just is in full alignment with your truth, and so that undeniable bravery or courage or strength within you comes to the surface. Okay, anything else on this? This feels like we are set up for this risk. It almost doesn't feel like as risky of an energy anymore now that we know you have everything it takes to be able to do it, you know? Let's see what you're being protected from, or the reason for the protection. Building your world, creation, expansion, networking. And look at this 33. This is a master number. We're moving from a 2 to double 3s. That's important as well. This will be the high up masters leading you and protecting you as you are continuing to build your world, to create, to expand. So yeah, you can tell that whatever this risk is, it's worth it because there's expansion happening. And not only that, but expansion in a protection position. So it's not like you're not going to maybe make mistakes or question yourself or be a little bit worried sometimes maybe, but when you have protection around what it is that you're being guided to create, the risk that you're going to take, gathering your strength to be able to expand your world, networking or growing your network in some way, you know that that's in complete alignment. That's why it really feels like the risk is worth it, or the risk is worth taking. Let's get some more insight. I see it. Okay. Wow. Look at this. These cards are so similar. Also, the 6 showing up again. This is karmic energy, things balancing out, being given on the physical plane. So as you step in with the courage and you take the risk, then you're provided for as well. You know, in kind, they're saying. On the 5 of Cups. What a combination. It feels like a relieving of an old pain or an old, they're saying the word wound. They're saying the word wound. An old pain or an old wound, an old disappointment with a 5 of Cups. Okay, so what I would say, the 6 of Pentacles, they're telling you that you are firmly protected, and this is a generosity card of karmic energy. So as you allow yourself to say yes, you gather your strength and courage, you step into your confidence, you follow your intuition onto the path of truth or the right path, as things are starting to balance out or work out, this is going to keep coming here to, I feel, relieve. The 5 of Cups is an interesting card. Most people will read it in what I consider the low expression of the card, which is this emotional disappointment about something that you have lost, something that has been either taken from you or that's hurt you. And that may have been the case in this scenario for you, group 2. Like, you may have been hurt by something, or maybe something changed and, you know, you felt disappointed in a certain area of life, and that's what kind of pushed you forward to gather your courage and confidence, to ask yourself, what is true for me, what is right for me, what do I need right now, what feels fair and balanced for me, how can I get into this space where I feel like I can take on my life in a different way, right? How can I build my world in a different way? And that's where we get that 6-1 energy, where we're getting onto the new path, this path of truth. As you do that, you get into the high expression of this 5 of Cups. And with the 6 of Pentacles, you know Spirit is offering up for you, not just protection in this case, but also the things that you need, the opportunities that you need on the physical plane. This is a card of Earth. So we're balancing things out. If you've been through a difficult or disappointing time, Spirit is specifically telling you, you are now protected. Things are starting to come back into balance for you. Both of these cards indicate balance, fairness, and not just like in the energy, right? Because we understand karma and it's always happening anyway. Like, you can't see it sometimes, but it's permeating it's happening. It's being constructed and reconstructed and rearranged in the energetic world, right? Where you can't physically see. This is physical now. This is coming in, generosity coming into your physical life. This is you being offered or gifted something on the back of being willing to take the risk, on the back of being strong enough to make the change, to honor your truth, to be confident enough to do that. And it creates this expansion energy, and the 6 of Pentacles is part of that. It's karmic dues being paid, they're saying. So, you know, you may reap some rewards for the things that you have been through, the things that you have done, or taking the risk. And I feel like what happens here is you have, in a high expression, this card is really having a change of heart, understanding that, you know, something that you went through may have been worth it for you, that stepping into, you know, your courage or having a shift in perspective, stepping into that strength and stepping onto your path fully, even though it may feel like a big risk, the payoff here is you have this shift in your heart center. So you feel like now I am paying attention to, which in the high expression, you will start to notice the things that you have to work with that you're grateful for, and then more keeps coming, right? That's what this energy is, high expression. When we say thank you so much for what is generously given, then more keeps being generously given, and you keep expanding that energy. So you're protected by the masters here. If you have master teachers in your life, if you're an Evolve member, we're going to pull goddesses in the second part of this pull on your Evolve pages, so you can look to those kind of masters energy. But if you have masters that you often either relate to or connect to, they're going to be very important for you with this protection measure in building your world. You're going to feel differently. A change in the emotions as a result of, or in conjunction with, the generosity of the karmic energy, reaping what you have sown, right? So it's happening. Things are working out and balancing out. But the fact that you have the risk card is really important to note, because I'm not so sure it will happen without leaping, right? I don't know that it would happen without leaping. I don't know that you can expand without taking the risk. And like I said, if you have this fear or doubt around risk, noticing the little risks that you're taking every day can be very helpful, because you're doing that unconsciously because your brain has said, this is an okay risk to take. You know, being in a relationship where you love somebody, that's a risk. Getting into your car and traveling down the street to the store, that's a risk. Pretty much everything is a risk in the physical experience. So maybe shifting your perspective around that and realizing you have been courageous and strong enough to do all those things. You've been confident enough to do all those things. Why? Well, it's because your mind is telling you, well, we don't really have to worry about this particular risk, but we're going to overblow this one in your mind to make it really scary. When the truth is, it's just another risk. It may seem like it has different stakes and things like that, and it very well may have. But here we can see the protection is around the expansion of positive energy and things coming into your life to really make you feel differently. You're going to feel differently as a result of this expansion. And she even looks completely protected and connected. So this creation starts to bubble up, and you may meet new people in this, right? With this networking, you may make new connections that you never thought you would make. It doesn't feel necessarily super fast moving to me, this energy, but it feels totally worth it. Like you're like, oh my gosh, another gift. Oh my gosh, you're never going to believe this. Oh my gosh, like serendipity may be involved, and it lightens your emotions. It changes your heart around what's available for you, what you're capable of, even group number 2. Like maybe before you didn't think you were capable of all this energy. This energy is powerhouse energy. It's powerful energy that you're working with. You are courageous enough. You are strong enough. You are fierce enough. You're confident enough. You're beautiful enough. You're worthy enough. And if you trust your truth, then immediately Spirit responds with, okay, we are protecting this creation and this expansion right now. Let's do this. And we're going to show you over and over again. When you get a 6 of Pentacles, it's like something happening over and over again. You're taking an action, they're providing a result. You're taking an action, they're providing a result. It feels very good that you may eventually really feel cozy with the risk, comfortable with the risk that you've taken, or even taking more risks in the future. Or at the very least, like I said, shifting your perspective on what is a risk, you know, what actually does it entail? Should I be thinking about it in the way that I was? Does that serve me anymore? Can I get comfortable in the uncomfortable? Okay, what we're gonna do now is take a look at some questions for your soul that may be helpful for you as you move forward with this energy. Group 2, please. What do they need to ask themselves? What do they need to be aware of? Okay, these cards are always great. What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Okay, so this is speaking to personal responsibility, perhaps for what you want. Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? Okay. What if you were to take life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move toward your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. Wow, this couldn't be any more aligned. Today's soul action. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. Wow. Take any and all of this as it resonates with you, and remember this prompt. Every time you get a little nervous or a little worried, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Oh, not anymore. Not anymore, group 2. Wow. Risk. I mean, it's a perfect question for this group, right? Okay, let's see what else we have. What else can group 2 ask themselves? Oh, okay. And we also have, what am I most afraid of losing? This could be a block for some of you, where you're nervous about losing something, but really we're seeing, remember, you're gaining. And I will say, just before I even read the card, this 5 of Cups may come in to make you nervous about this, and that's why they're posing this question to you. It may make you nervous that you're going to lose something because you lost something in the past, right? Or that you're going to be disappointed by something, you're going to be sad about something because you were in the past. And so if that's popping up for you, know that the shift is happening in the future and it's protected, right? So you're being divinely protected in taking the risk, not waiting any longer, and that's what leads to a different state of energy. They're also saying the past can't happen again the way it did. So it's like you can't, the theme can repeat, but the way that it happened, yeah, like it only happens once like that. So if you're learning the lessons along the way or asking your questions here and relieving blocks, then you're having this shift of energy. Let's see what it says. As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for something that will be. Yes. If you were to take the big leap today, my goodness, this is crazy again. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it? No, you're giving it to yourself. So lovely. Today's soul action. Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra. I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure and I am loved. I am safe and I belong. Wow. Both of these are powerhouse energies. You can see they're getting to the root of why it is you might be nervous about taking the risk or what might be holding you back from leaping. Both of the cards have leaping into the unknown or taking that leap in them. Wow, very, very powerful questions for you, group number 2. Hopefully it will loosen up or relieve you of some of the doubts that you have about taking your life into your own hands and taking that leap, knowing that you can't lose anything that you already have. If anything, we're gaining, we're expanding, we're creating even more. Love it. Okay, to close this part of the reading, we're going to just look at the intention or the goal of this divine protection. I mean, we can already see that it's to help you welcome in the generosity of spirit, the karmic, they just said pleasures, karmic pleasures, onto the physical plane or into your life, and to step into expansion energy. Again, the strength energy, ancient oak spirit. So, and the 2, so highly connected to this beautiful card, current situation. So it's in your current situation, literally, and it is also in the goal of the protection. Spirit wants you to know how strong you are. That's what's happening. They want you to go, I am the ancient oak. I am the lion. I am the Queen of Wands. Look at, you're sitting in the tree protected. Go ahead and go in your door. Spirit's made this beautiful ancient oak spirit for you. This feels very enchanting and protected for sure, this energy. It's to help remind you of how strong you actually are, as opposed to whatever might be going on in your mind to tell you you don't have the strength, or you're not confident enough, or you're not worthy enough, or your value is not that big. Absolutely wrong, wrong, and wrong. They want you to get comfortable with what feels risky to you, because Spirit already knows. That's why they're protecting you, that you have every ability to create and expand with your energy. That they already know that you're strong enough. They're trying to tell you in your present position, you need courage, you need confidence, you need strength. And the goal of protecting you is so that you will realize that you are strong, right? That you have that strength already within you. No one can take anything away from you, period. You don't have to be afraid of losing that power. You've got it. No matter what happens, welcome in the creation, welcome in that expansion, welcome in the strength that already resides within you. Group number 2. Wow. And the rewards will feel very good as they come along. It's almost like, here's something, and then you're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then they're like, here you go. And you're like, I was good with the first thing, but more? Okay, great. I'm just gonna keep moving on this path and being grateful. And it lifts your frequency, and that then creates this momentum of expansion. So, things are happening and you're expanding your light, not without doing anything, right? But as you're realizing your own strength and power and confidence, as you're saying yes, as you're allowing your light to shine and you're embarking upon your path of truth and making these beautiful choices, it's just naturally like exposing other people to your light and your beautiful strength. And Spirit's like, see, you had it in you all along. We knew it. We're just trying to remind you here so that you understand that in your knowing. Not so that you think it and then you go, oh no, I'm not, and then you argue with yourself, but that you know it to be true. Wow, so I hope that this serves you, group number 2. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you. You guys are like a powerful, grounded, amazing, confident energy, and Spirit just wants you to remember that, right? And they will be protecting you as you do so. This is all of the insight and guidance that I have here for the first part of this reading. But if you're an Evolve member, then you can head down to the description and click on the link next to your particular Evolve membership. That will send you to the page where you can watch the second exclusive extended part of this reading. We're going to look into insight connected to the goal and outcome. So I want to see some more information on that. We'll look at the goddesses currently protecting and guiding you and messages from them, as well as final divine direction and an affirmation for you. So I'll see you over there if you're an Evolve member. If you want to know more about membership and exclusive access to guidance all the time, there's another link, of course, in the description for you there. Once again, group 2, you guys are fierce. And it's time for you to remember that if you've forgotten it. And if you haven't forgotten it, it's time for you to use it in conjunction with the protection that Spirit is offering and providing you, so that you can trust your light, you can trust your truth, and you can receive in kind. So again, I hope that this serves you, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your Divine Protection reading. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the 3rd card option here. Prosperity Sisters are happiness and joy. This is card number 36. So if we add those together, that's a 9. I feel like there's something that is coming to a close for this group. And I love the energy of this card in general. Whenever I pull it, it always feels like someone nudging you into creating more happiness in your life, joyful moments, really saying yes to those things, really making sure that you're inserting that perspective in different moments, right? So that's how you're gaining the prosperity, because they're telling you the way that you move into a prosperous energy or prosperous alignment is by seeking and finding happiness, creating joyful moments. And almost the feeling of not allowing yourself to wait around for it. That's kind of what this feels like to me. Like, if you've been waiting around for happiness to find you, Spirit is like, no, now you seek happy and you find it anywhere you can, everywhere. And that's what then creates this massive prosperity frequency that allows you to feel abundant all the time. So if you've been going through something where you feel like, where is my prosperity? Where's my abundance? Why do I not feel happy or joyful? All of your feelings matter. They want me to say that. All of your feelings are valid and they matter. However, they need you to seek out the happiness, because I'm getting this feeling that like no one's gonna hand it to you. They want you to find it. They want you to seek it out. They want you to like make it your mission to find joy in every day. Some part of the day had to be joyful. It had to put a smile on your face, or it gave you that little nudge within you, or it filled your heart with something, or, you know, it could be the smallest thing too. That's the feeling of this energy. And so for a protection vibe, we know you're going to be protected and reacclimating yourself to a prosperous alignment through seeking out happiness and joy. So let's see, we'll get more information, the nature of the situation first. There you go. Another 9. See, so something is ending. You may have been through a very difficult time, especially because we are getting the Healing the Heart card and the power of self-love. So group 3, if you've been going through a difficult emotional time, a time, let's say, of loss or hurt or pain, and you've been feeling that low frequency where you're like, it just doesn't feel prosperous to me. Sorry, I don't feel abundant. That's what it is. Here we can see that there is some healing that is present, again, with the 9s, 36, 9, the 27, 9. We've got this feeling of this is closing out now, and the healing is beginning to take shape or has been going on for a while. So the power of self-love, hopefully you are already in this energy. You're realizing I have to love myself where I am. And this is only going to aid you in finding those happy moments and finding those little miracles, those points of joy. Let's get some more information about this. 6 of Swords. Yes, it is. Transitioning. Good. One more here. I'd like to see that card come up. Oh, wonderful. Yes. Okay. You've got a 6 of Swords and a 3 of Wands coupled here with this energy. This tells us that you are completely divinely supported and protected. A 6 of Swords is a positive and calming transition of your mind to a more peaceful and serene time, where the pain or the hurt, the lack of the feeling of happiness and joy perhaps, is coming to a close. Your mind is now transitioning. So they're telling you you're in the middle of a mental transition. With the 3 of Wands here, we're looking at what the future might hold. Yeah, it feels really hopeful, what the energy that you're in, the current nature of the situation that you're in. It feels extremely hopeful to me. So I hope that you have not lost hope. I hope that you still have an inkling of it in there if it's been difficult for you, group 3. If you feel like you have kind of lost hope, or you've been, you know, in a low frequency where you're like, I don't feel prosperous, this is your call to restore your hope, or to not lose hope, or to allow yourself to even just dream about your future a bit in a different way. I think the way that you're getting to that experience and to that exploration of new paths that may be opening up to you, or you know, the joy or prosperity or the happiness that is available to you, is through allowing your mind to start to be a bit more at peace, not so much in conflict, because you're focusing on your heart center. And they're saying reclaiming your heart. Interesting. So yeah, it almost feels like your heart may have been broken for some of you. Hurt, disappointment, sadness, you know, pain. And again, I'm so sorry if you have been going through that energy. It can be really hard and like take you down, make you feel like this deep sorrow, sadness, etc. But I can see here, group 3, that the end is near, that you're coming out of it. So the worst feels to be behind you, and that there's this new opportunity for your mind to be calm again, for there not to be all of maybe this questioning or this conflicting energy, the why did this have to happen? Why is this happening this way? You know, the anger that can sometimes erupt, the conflicting thoughts in your head. All of that seems to be transitioning now, which is beautiful. And like I said, the 3 of Wands is this creative, inspiring card that helps you to look at your future paths and go, there is more for me in the future. In this case, they're telling you, absolutely there is. There is prosperity for you in the future. There is prosperity for you now. We just have to get good at loving yourself, right? Returning to your heart and reclaiming that beautiful heart of yours, and then seeking out the happiness and joy, which will automatically put you into the alignment of prosperity. That's what they're saying. So you're looking for paths that are being shown to you, that it could be just a little thought that you have, or something that your heart says to you as you start to give it some nurturing and love and compassion, as you start to love yourself more and you start to heal your heart. You may hear a little whisper from your heart. That's this Three of Wands energy saying, maybe you should try that, or maybe we could be open to this. You're looking for the paths that offer up that joy, that offer up the promise of some happy energy, some fun perhaps, or lighter vibes, or celebratory vibes, or a smile even. You know, if you've been really sad for a while, or have been dealing with pain or loss, and you go out to, you say yes to a dinner with a friend, and you smile once that night, I mean, that is a moment of joy. They want you to take that into consideration. You may feel really grateful after. That's all part of this healing your heart energy. You could make the choice to watch something on your television that makes you laugh or smile. And this helps to shift your mind in a different way, or provide you with, a bit of a lighter energy for your heart to work with. All of these things are valid and useful in your current situation and circumstance to help you to take these steps towards prosperity. And remember, this is a divine protection reading. So you are protected as you are they keep saying this, reclaiming your heart. That's what they keep saying. So let's see the reason for protection. Earth magic, fearlessness, and removing obstacles. Okay. We've got a 26-8, which is a manifestation number, and a number of self, I would say, an understanding of yourself. This card is all about, it always feels like freedom to me, just because we have the horse, liberation. So the reason that they want to protect you at this time as you are healing your heart is so that you can be free from whatever obstacles may have been holding you back, or the pain that you've experienced, or, sometimes the frequency that you're in, it feels like an obstacle. Being fearless again, allowing yourself to release fear around something that you've had or experienced. So Spirit is clearly protecting you so that you can reground and use the power of your physical experiences with the earth magic. So noticing the magic, noticing the happy, noticing the joy, noticing the miracles, noticing the magic, in order to remove obstacles that may be holding you back. Yeah, and stopping you from feeling like you can be free again, or your heart can be free. Your heart can be free and prosperous. That's nice. We've got the Strength card. Yes, thank you. And the Empress. What a nice combination. 2 major arcana cards. So Spirit is definitely on your side here. This is a big shift or change for you. This is about making sure that you are, this combination is so nice. I'm just feeling into the energy of the combo. Just giving myself a moment to do that, because this is like powerhouse energy and vulnerability connected to abundance, endless abundance, creativity, and nurturing. The Empress is the mother. The Strength card is all areas of strength. It's like regaining your strength here on the physical plane. So physical strength, meaning the courage to go out and do something, to step through the fear, to try something new, to make new plans, to do something different, as well as allowing yourself to be vulnerable as you are healing your heart. So you see the protection energy and nurturing yourself. The protection energy allows space for all of this. It's like inner and outer worlds combine at a very high degree to help you to nurture yourself and to reclaim your abundant energy, the belief that you are prosperous. This feels very nice. You may feel like the push to say yes to different things that maybe you weren't ready to say yes to before. And now you're able to go, you know what, I am going to move forward. I'm going to move through that fear of doing that. Or I just didn't feel like it before, and now I feel like I'm strong enough. Now I feel like this is going to be an experience that I want to take part in, or that I want to allow for myself now. And even just to see what happens, to see how you feel about it. And then because you have the Empress, again, this is the mother of the major arcana. So there's this beautiful sense of divine nurturing. Oftentimes we see the growth happening with the Empress connected to the earth. Like lots of decks will feature the Empress on the earth with lots of growth and flowers and things around her. Some decks that I have will feature the Empress with the earth as her pregnant belly. So there's this sense of reclaiming your heart and reclaiming your place on the planet, reclaiming your place on the earth, and nurturing yourself in doing that to this state of abundance or prosperity, opening up the channel to love yourself in a different way and understanding that you are strong enough to do that. I feel like you're being nurtured by spirit. So it feels like this comforting type of protection, as opposed to this like shields around you. And there's this, like sometimes spirit's like, nope, we're creating this amazing wall that nothing's gonna get through. You are protected, go for it, do it. This feels like a big warm angelic hug or something. It feels like wings around you, or this beautiful bubble of serene protection kind of feeling. It's this comfort energy that makes you feel okay, gives you just the strength that you need and the confidence that you need to say, you know what, I am gonna go try that. I am gonna go do that, and I'm gonna be okay. Like, knowing that no matter what happens, you are going to move through this. In fact, we're coming again to the close of something. So it's spirit going, we've got you, we'll hold you. They're creating this beautiful, comforting space for you to be able to explore further without being so scared or so down or so hurt. I love it. And then on the back end of this is what you want. When you come through an experience, or you come out of an experience that you've decided to say yes to, whether or not it was all super happy or all super joyful and celebratory or not, you come back and go, I'm so proud of myself that I was strong enough to do that. And I'm so proud of myself that I am moving through this. And I know that now I'm going to be okay. What do I need right now to nurture myself? What do I want to create in this moment? Or what was the point that I can take from that feels really good? You may feel the obstacles kind of falling away as you lean into this energy. And just knowing that you're completely protected in doing that may offer up some confident energy. Like, it may help you move toward that now. Let's go ahead and ask a couple of questions, or get a couple of questions for your soul here that may be helpful as you are reclaiming your heart, healing your heart, giving yourself that love, allowing your mind to transition, right? Looking at your future, making new plans perhaps. Okay. Where am I called to use my voice right now? Ooh, so throat chakra vibes. You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Wow. Ooh. You're going to have to take this as it resonates, because this could mean something very different for everyone. There could be a literal story that you're writing. Maybe you're writing about what you've been through. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. Okay, this is really cool. You may not, if you feel like you're called to write something or write your story here, then by all means, of course, follow the guidance as you're being called to follow it. I also feel like maybe you're just meant to express some of what you've been through with someone else. Maybe, other people are going through the same experience or something similar, and they can relate to you in some way, but you can't really, it's hard to tell somebody to do this if they're not ready. So there's a part of your story and what it is that you have been through that is probably meant to be heard, whether it's now or in the future. Like you may have an obstacle around sharing what you've been through or being able to express it through your vocal, your voice. And that's okay too, group 3. Don't force yourself to do anything, but thinking about it in a different way and perhaps talking about it with a friend or a family member or, a therapist or something like that, that may be enough. You've got to ask yourself that question, and then hopefully your heart will give you the answer so that you know where it is that you're meant to share. And because it just feels like there's some connection there to your story that doesn't just serve you, that it may serve others as well. It may very well be a part of the healing energy that you're using right now or you're going through. It may be a part of, yeah, I see it. It may be a part of what it is that you are looking to heal or reclaiming your heart is telling your story. From whom can I release my judgment right now? Oof, okay. If someone has wronged you or you feel like something was unfair or this hurt, this healing is connected to a person, that's what this one's about. It says, judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. That's wonderful. Today's soul action. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved. I am whole. I am limitless. And so are they. Wow. This is the fearlessness and the release, Okay. Well, the first thing I will say is if you are judging yourself harshly at all, and that's part of the story and the narrative that you've been kind of claiming for yourself, your heart wants that to be released. It's like reclaiming the power of love instead of judgment. And then the other part of this, again, their spirit is hesitating with this energy because they want to make sure that you understand that this happens when you're ready. If you've been through a difficult time, it happens when you're ready to do that, right? No one can force you to tell your story or to speak about what's going on. No one can force you to do that. Once you've processed it to a certain space and you've transitioned your mind around it, and maybe you can see a different future for yourself, or you feel like your heart has been healed enough, then, and only then, your throat will open for you to express that when you feel called to. So there is no pressure, is what I want to say. Same thing with the judgment energy. If you are not ready to release judgment of yourself or someone else, that is okay, but they're just reminding you here that it really does keep you in shackles. It keeps you as a prisoner, essentially. And releasing the judgment right now can be helpful. Again, I just want to say, you are divinely protected in stepping into this kind of narrative and this kind of question. Where is it that I can release judgment? From who can I release my judgment right now? Because it's an attachment that keeps you in fear and away from what we're seeking here, which is happiness and joy, in order to get into that prosperity, abundant alignment. So these are beautiful questions. There's no pressure. If you are at a space where you are able to do both of these, amazing. Keep nurturing that. But if you're working towards this, that's okay too. There's no need to rush into this. Judgment is a natural thing that human beings do. However, most of the time it isn't used for our betterment. Sometimes it is, because we do need to be discerning to make our own decisions, etc. We have to use our judgment and intuition together, right? Logic and intuition together to make judgment calls for ourselves. But when you're placing and blaming or judgment on someone else, or you're feeling that shame energy and keeping yourself in that energy, it really doesn't serve you at all. So pondering, talking, journaling on these questions may be very helpful for you to help you reclaim your heart, heal your heart, work with that power of loving yourself, voicing that, being strong enough to move through. It may also remove obstacles just straight up to help you feel more liberated, creative, abundant, etc. Okay. We're gonna do the goal of this divine protection, which we can kind of see already, to close out the first part of this reading. So let's see what we have here for you, group 3. What is the goal of protecting them here? This? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we have here for you. Ah, of course. Well, obviously we're not surprised by this card, the blue bird spirit and happiness. You know, right? It's what we're seeking. So the whole goal in protecting you so you can return to your happy. I mean, they've already told us that. You've chosen this card, so this is what we're looking for, of course. But as I said, ooh, we even have this unicorn horse figure here in the bottom corner of this card, which I kind of love. It's a bit of an indicator that, like, freedom and happiness, they work together, or liberation and happiness, this fearlessness, or releasing yourself from fear, opening up and healing your heart. You are being protected with the goal of returning you to your happiness so that you can feel happy and joyful again, and ultimately live in this prosperous and abundant alignment where you feel nurtured and cared for, and that there is more to life. There is a future. There's something beautiful that you get to try, or there's something new that you get to create. And it feels like every step of the way you're just being carried by spirit to help you to release the things you need to release, to come into alignment with, or to come into acceptance with what it is that you have gone through and how it has harmed you, while also understanding that this is your path to healing. You get to transition out of that now, mentally especially, and try new things with the goal, of course, centering us in finding those moments of happiness, finding those moments of joy in your daily experience. So I hope that this serves you, group number 3. It was my pleasure to read for you. This is all of the insight and guidance that I have for the first part of this reading. But if you're an Evolve member, then at this point, you're going to want to head down to the description and click on the timestamp next to your particular Evolve membership, and that will send you to the page where you can watch the exclusive extended part 2 of this reading, where we're going to get insight connected to the goal and the outcome of this protection. Beyond the happiness, connected to the happiness. We're going to get a couple of goddesses that are currently protecting and guiding you, and messages from them, as well as final messages and affirmation for you to take with you. Again, group 3, I know that you have some wonderful energy up ahead, and there's a bit of healing that still needs to be done, but you are on the other side of the most difficult part of this, and the transition is already happening. Make sure that you love yourself well and thoroughly. You nurture yourself, and you allow these points, seek out these points of happy and joy. Spirit will be guiding you to them and protecting you as you do all along the way. So again, I hope that this serves you. If you found this reading helpful, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a like if it's resonating with you. And I'll see you in the next reading.